Banners hanging from bedroom windows tell the story. Unable to gather for an old-fashioned protest, frustrated students are getting their point across in a quieter way.
We're asking for rent reduction and rebates for students in halls and private accommodation, especially for students who can't access that accommodation. We've seen rebates in Exeter, Falmouth and at Plymouth Marjon. So if the neighbours are already, on board, then hopefully it's only a matter of time until Plymouth get on board as well.
Maths student Ava from Cornwall usually lives in halls of residence. All her lectures are online now because of lockdown, and she's planning to withhold her next rent payment, due tomorrow.
I think it's very unfair to have to pay rent for an accommodation that I personally can't access at the minute. Part of the reason why we pay so much for them is for the experience that you get being in university halls. Obviously this year with coronavirus, we haven't had any of that experience. I pay £149 a week for my room, which is a single bed box room in a 6-person flat. So obviously the price is quite high and you're happy to pay that if you're getting the university experience.
The University of Plymouth says it is looking into offering reduced rent on its own accommodation for students who are unable to return, and it's also launching a hardship fund for those who are worst affected. But most of the houses round here are owned by private landlords, and they too have been hit hard by the pandemic.
Most of the landlords in the private rented sector have 1 or 2 properties. They're not big landlords, they're not affluent landlords. Most of them have got debts, the debt being a mortgage. There are maintenance costs and regular upkeep costs on the properties which don't go away. Landlords do need to be paid, but we have to have a sensible solution, and the sensible solution is probably students and their parents talking to the landlords and coming to arrangements where maybe the rents can drop a little bit, but you can't not pay them altogether. Otherwise, when we do return to normal, there will be no accommodation.
The rent strikers say they have no intention of backing down. Sam Blackledge, ITV News, Plymouth.